Alright, so hello there guys, long time no see. Well, the thing about today's video is that it's going to be different since, as you saw in the title of this video, it's not going to be an actual guide. The reason being is while I was making Cloud's actual guide video, I just couldn't make this character work. So I decided that I should make an overview video for this character to tell you why this character can't work. Cloud's performance in this game is absolutely horrible, man. So, story time. Last week when I was trying to make the actual guide video, I was trying to test him online, so I played with a lot of people, did a lot of 1v1s, you know, the glory thing, and at a certain point, above 2,500,000 GSP, you just can't win with Cloud because of how his character performed so poorly against the other characters in the game. And I'm gonna show you why, because Cloud used to be a very good character in Smash 4, and it's really sad to see that Cloud can even go higher than, like, let's say, I can barely hold it up with Shulk. Like, Shulk is not a bad character, but he's like average, similarly to Cloud. I could beat, like, I almost lost to Shulk, not because I was bad, but because of how, like, not only Shulk's sword, Monado, could reach further than, like, Cloud's sword. It's absolutely ridiculous how, like, Cloud couldn't even, like, outperform even Shulk. And back in Smash 4, that was like, Cloud was supposed to be in the top 5, the best character in the game. Like, he received some massive nerf in this game, and I can't even describe it, how he performed so poorly. So I'm gonna go over all of his changes and all of his move overall, so this is gonna be a short video and about all of his bad attributes. So yeah, and before we go, I waited a little bit to make this video because there was rumor that the 3.1.0 will come out around this week, so I waited to see if Cloud could get some buffs or anything. But as you can see with this wiki page, that Cloud only got a small ass buff that doesn't really do anything in his favor. So basically, as you can see here, this is pulled from the wiki, 3.1.0, down smashes hits connect more reliably. So basically, this attack just connects more reliably. Nothing else has changed for this character, and you can see in his other update history, he didn't really receive anything, even received a nerf, which is absolutely ridiculous. Non-limit blade beam deals less shield damage. I don't know why they did this. Probably because he used to deal a lot of shield damage, so it was easy to break the shield. But even that, this character is already that horrible. So now I'm gonna go over to all of his overall move and see why he's actually so bad. So first things first, I'm gonna pull up this other page from the wiki. It's actually on the same page, but the other categories. So you can see on this list how insane of a nerf that Cloud has received based on the red colors of the Smash Ball. So to read this, basically, the green Smash Balls represent the buffs that he received. The blue Smash Ball represent neutral changes, so it's neither a buff nor a nerf, or it could be a new feature, and the reds are the nerfs that this character receives. So basically, you can see a lot of reds, and I can pull up the main ones, which are from the aerial attacks. It's red all over the place, and doesn't do anything in Cloud's favor. And we're gonna go over all of that, and surprisingly, his only buff is his recovery, which is still kinda shit, not gonna lie. I'm gonna show you that later as well. I'm gonna show you everything that you see here one by one and talk about it. So yeah, So starting with his overall attributes, he's obviously he received buffs like all other characters, general buffs, so faster speed, walk speed, air speed, overall proportionate to all the buffs that the other characters received. And so basically this is like a general buff, like all characters has this buff, so faster momentum overall. So this nothing too surprising, every character has these buffs. However, Cloud has a little bit of air dodge lag, so whenever you do an air dodge, he has more lag towards the end, which is not too bad considering some characters also have this kind of nerf. So yeah, but moving on his ground attack, which is the jab, no too much nerf on that. Connects pretty easily and goes pretty far with the third strike of his sword. So this is pretty simple, but his smash attacks, this is where the shit goes to shit. Like, I can't even describe it. So basically, a forward smash. You would think this is pretty basic, but considering how every other character is slightly faster than Cloud, Cloud forward smash has a lot of startup, and in this game, Smash Ultimate, he received more nerfs for this move, so he has increased ending lag, so you have to wait a little bit more to input another action. You see how insanely laggy that was? And what I read here, he has 67 frames of lag, so basically you have to wait a whole second for this to like connect into another move for you to move, and that is ridiculous. But the forward smash is not actually that bad, since it's actually one of his greatest move, since it hits 3 times and has a lot of active frames, so he can connect this move pretty easily. It's only there to more easily punish, because if you have to hold shield all of 3 hits, then you can punish him. So it's not too bad then again. But for the up smash, for his up smash, he also receives more nerf, so basically he has more ending lag for this move, a little bit less than his forward smash. And the other thing about this move is that there's no way you can kill if you're not facing your opponent. Like, I can put the damage to like 200%. It'll barely move your opponent if you're not facing him. Put 200%. Alright, 200% is actually a little bit high. Like 150. Alright, I'll charge it a little bit. And if you're not aiming facing your opponent while doing this move, you basically just can't kill your opponent. So this is basically like defeats the whole purpose of an up smash. It can still hit everything up above his head, but if your opponent dodges behind you, this move basically can't punish anything. You can just stun and hit him away a little bit, but it doesn't do anything. So this move can't even punish the slightest area your opponent does. So this move is actually terrible. There are so many times where my opponent rolls behind me, or, you know, just dodges right there. You know, I could have hit him above my head, but I can't. I mean, I can, but I can't punish him, so it defeats the whole purpose of this move. Like, why does Ike can do that, and there's like a whole lot of other characters who can do the same thing, but Cloud can't? Like, this is just ridiculous. And now for his aerial attacks, which is like, I can't even describe the number of times where like I'm literally like swinging my sword in the face of my opponent, but they just phase through everything, is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I can't even play Cloud properly because of how bad they made this character. Like, none of his aerial connects reliably except a few up airs. Like I can connect a few up air like that, but above a certain damage threshold, the knockback will be too high for him to connect, and the opponent can easily escape this move. So you can literally only maximum connect 2 hits from this move at low percentage, and the opponent can easily just jump out of this. So it makes this move kind of useless. But even though it's still the best move, I could still give it credit for being good. But then here comes the second problem. You have like this, as you can see here. This, when you do a short hop and then an up air immediately, this used to hit your opponent. This used to hit, and it was a big deal because when you, like, let's say landed near your opponent, you could just quickly do an up air to like stun your opponent a little bit and do a combo, and it was a super big deal. Now it's still possible, but there's only 1 frame and you have to time it perfectly, so it's not really reliable at all, this move. I can try to, like right there, you have like 1 frame window where this move can hit it, but it's not reliable anymore to do these types of combo. So before in Smash 4 you could just do this and could easily connect into more up air, and it has less knockback, so it would connect overall more easily. But this is no more. You have to do some other crazy shenanigan to do 2 simple up airs. And one other thing that I didn't mention is his up tilt. At low percentage, it connects fairly well. But the thing is, if you're playing against a character that is smaller or slightly less tall than you, this move makes it really hard to hit your opponent, since, as you can see, like it doesn't swing the whole way in front or from the back. So basically Pichu or Ness, this move can barely hit them unless you're really near them. So basically this move is just so bad. Like everything is terrible. It's not even this, but like everything is so bad. And I also have to give credit for his down tilt, which is a sliding move. I use it a lot to combo with the up air, which is probably the only combo I do all the time. If I ever play Cloud, it's literally the only thing I do because I don't have other reliable options. So this is like my main combo. The other combos doesn't even work. I'll show you why after I explain the grabs. So more than that, there's the forward air. This move used to have way less ending lag. So basically you could follow up immediately after a short while. But then whenever you do this move and land immediately, you have a lot of lag. Like there are some characters who are so fast and so much less ending lag, they can barely get punished. Like yesterday I played against a Toon League. You basically do a down air, and he goes downward automatically, fully. Immediately after he does that, he can shield, so there was no way I can punish it. And Cloud being objectively slower than Toon League, I couldn't do anything about it because of how Toon League was like not only faster, he was smaller and everything. All of his move was just better. Like back air was better, forward air was better, down smash was better, like everything was better. Like his down smash is so fast. He swings his sword at both sides in like less than 5 frames or something. It was ridiculous. So basically, you can't even compare. And for his down aerial, which is basically the same as all of his other aerials, has more ending lag. He also has less active frames. Less active frames and more lag basically make this move way less reliable than before. So what that means is before he used to hold this position longer, but he can also have more active frames, so he can hold his sword downward for a longer period of time. Similarly to Link's down air, so he does this move and he points his Master Sword in the ground. But now this move is way worse, like all of his other aerials. And now for probably his worst attributes ever is his throws. Like, there's probably nothing good about his throws because of the knockback trajectory. So as you can see here, this is a down throw, and look at this trajectory. How are you supposed to connect anything with this trajectory? So you basically can't do anything about it. All of Cloud's grabs and throws have like insane knockbacks, but they just can't kill. Like, I can give you an example here. If I put my opponent at like 150, basically most character at 150 with a back throw or a forward throw or whatever, an up throw would die, right? Most of them, like 80% of them. There's some exceptions that they have like one specific throws where they can throw your opponent further away than other throws. So basically 150, it does only that. I can give you the trajectory guide. And look at this. What is this? At 150, you can barely knock your opponent off the screen. The same is for the forward throw. It doesn't do anything. Like, none of these moves do anything. There's the up throw. Again, doesn't do anything because if you see the green line, that's the top of the stage. It barely even made to the 10. And don't even get started with the down throw. It doesn't do anything. Like, his throws is literally the worst. Like, it doesn't connect into any combos. You can't even kill with it. So like, most of the time it's just best to do like normal attacks. Then you throw it at the last second at whatever direction you want, because it doesn't affect the gameplay at all. So yeah, his throws is literally the worst. I can barely punish people with holding shields, so like, I mean, I can throw them away, but it doesn't do anything. It's basically, I throw them away. It doesn't kill them. So it's not even like a reliable punish. And finally, I'm gonna move on to the special moves, which is overall not so bad, but I still have some rant about it. Regarding the limit charge and finishing touch move, which is basically the down B. So, as you know it, Cloud's down B charges Cloud's limit, which makes all of his special moves more powerful with an input. So yeah, basically. So you would say this move is good, right? Because it charges limit. Well, the thing is, it takes way too long to charge this. It takes like a whole 10 seconds. And there won't be a time where you're gonna be on the battlefield if you're 1v1ing someone and you're gonna hold the limit charge for that long. There's just no way. And the heavy nerf of this move is that after 15 seconds, it automatically runs out. So you have to either charge it again or get hit until it gets charged. And it's super ridiculous of a nerf. Like, I get it that they wanted to nerf it. They don't want the user to hold it forever to mind game the opponent. But the thing is, 15 seconds after a full charge is way too short of a window to set up an attack. A lot of the time I wanted to set up an attack or or I was about to use my limit, and it just runs out at that exact second because of how short it was. So basically this move makes his limit like way worse than anything before. And if your limit is not charged, this move is basically useless because you're never gonna use it. It just makes your down B like an open slot for nothing. You just can't do anything with this move unless it's charged. And once it's charged, as you can see there, it's the finishing touch. It's super powerful, except that it has a really small window at hitting. Probably like smaller than Little Mac's KO punch, not gonna lie. It doesn't do anything to your opponent. If your opponent holds shield, they can easily counter this move. Your opponent holds shield and it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't even deal damage to his shield, because if I show you here, it only does 1.2 damage. The reason being is that this move does heavy knockback, probably the most in the game for that amount of damage. So basically this move covers more on knockback than damage. So, which also means that you have to have your opponent at a really high damage in order to make this a confirmed KO. So around like 100 or 90%, this move can kill. But since the window and all the lag and everything, it makes this move not reliable at all. And since after the finishing touch, it has a lot of ending lag, like a lot, your opponent can just easily shield and then just punish you after that. Like, you see how long it took for him to get moving. Also, now I'm gonna show you how his recovery is going. So I'm just gonna show you how little horizontal range this move have. And right there, I just hold forward all the way, and I can barely move close to the 5. And this is just a roll distance, which is not a lot, especially when you're in the air. So what this means is, if you're in that area that I marked right there with the edit, you're basically dead. And this is the battlefield, right? As you can see, so in that area, you're basically dead. Anywhere below this here, you're basically dead. And it happens a lot, since Cloud can easily get down smashed and knocked away quite easily in this direction. And when your opponent even has slightest of range on you with any range move, like this or turnips, beams, and whatever else, you're guaranteed dead. And it's super easy to edge guard you, because if you try to even air dodge a little bit, you lose a lot of momentum, and you could even miss the ledge grab. So it doesn't do anything to make Cloud good in any way. You may say that like the limit can enhance his recovery ability by a lot, but it's only with the limit breaker that his recovery is good. Like, you may say this is insane, which is actually true, but if we compare it to Joker, his recovery is both good with or without the meter's charge. So basically, Joker has the grappling hook. He can reach the ledge from that area pretty easily because of how his hook can reach that far. I wouldn't mind if Cloud had that kind of recovery, but Cloud doesn't, so it just makes him worse. And probably the only character who has worse recovery than Cloud is literally Little Mac. Like, probably doesn't go that far and doesn't have the limit break. So Cloud's basically right next to Little Mac in terms of recovery, which is freaking ridiculous. Again, everything about Cloud is just ridiculous, and by that I mean bad. like ridiculously bad. And I tried to make a guide about this character. I just can't. I just can't. Like, I just can't. I can tell you way more things than everything I've shown here, but you basically can't do anything about this character. Like, if your opponent is using a character that has slightly less ending lag, like 2 or 3 frames, like, you're a goner. Because all of Cloud's move have ending lag, and more of them, as compared to previous games. So, if you can win with Cloud in any matchup above 2,500,000 GSP, you're basically a god. Like, not even kidding. So here you know why I can't make a guide video on this. And I really hope to see this character buffed in some sort of way in the future, because in 3.1.0 they decided to buff Bayonetta, which in Smash 4 used to be, I think, the best character, and everybody hated Bayonetta. And they gave her a buff. Can you believe it, man? So, I believe one day Cloud would get some buff. Maybe they're doing one at a time in like alphabetical order or something, because Bayonetta starts with a B or whatever. I just really hope that they could buff Cloud in some sort of way. Like, at least give him more hitbox. Like, come on, man. This move is just ridiculous. You can't even do anything with this. So yeah, like, I can talk about it for like years, but I really hope that Cloud gets buffed. Like, massive buffed. Or just slight buff. Like, he just needs that little bit of buff, just, and how other characters are just all around faster than him. Cloud's probably not even in, like, the mid tier. He's like bottom tier, like, no joke. I really tried to make him good in last week's guide video, which I canceled right now because I just can't make him work. So yeah, there goes my rant, and hope you not like this video, but at least you would consider my reason why I hate to see Cloud like this. Like, come on. I'm also planning on making more actual guide videos and not rant videos, because I also hate doing this. Hating on characters because they're bad. So yeah, if you look forward to more videos, you can hit the subscribe button. If not, well, that's your choice. But here's me signing off. Have a nice day and peace. See ya.